in the comment section. So I'm going to bring Ashley in now. All right, how do I do this?
Hi.
Okay. Hey, Ashley. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So before we actually got started here, we did have a quick little conversation. Ashley was saying that she just tried to do a wash and go today, and she used Eco Styler gel, and apparently it didn't work out. So it was coming for this live stream, but just letting you know, she didn't use her products. So,
yes. Heads up.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But no Beau Peep was in this today. Okay.
Yeah. I know I mentioned this a lot. I don't understand wash and goes, so it doesn't confuse me that she had a fail. So
yeah. You know what? It can go up in a bun. It's okay. So that's fine.
Yeah, no, it still looks cute. Anything you have like with curls hanging down, it works. So you don't even have to worry about it. But anyway, okay. So again, I know a couple of people have joined since we got started. This is Ashley from Beau Peep Luxuries, our favorite brand, and I'm gonna ask some questions, keep the conversation going. But if you have any questions for her yourself, just leave a comment in the comments section.
Yes.
In case you haven't. Sorry, what was that?
And that's ask away.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading from my phone, so I have some questions here. So first question, so let's start off with a little introduction. Okay. How did you end up in the business of making hair products? And I know I'd asked you a while ago on my Instagram if your products are also for relaxed hair. So I just wanted to know where you got started. Like, where was your target when you first started formulating your products?
Definitely naturals. But I understand they definitely work for relaxed and natural, but I understand relaxers because I've had a relaxer since I was about, I would say I got my first relaxer, I was like 11. So okay. I understand how important it is to take care of your hair in between those relaxers. And there's no need for you to put extra chemicals in your hair if you don't have to, you know? So in between the relaxers, let's use some Beau Peep to get some more nutrients in there because those heavy chemicals on that relaxer day really break down your hair. So let's try to build it up. So that's why, you know, I made some certain products, I wouldn't say for relaxers, people that have relaxers, but the lighter products, because they won't weigh like the really thin hair down for the people that have relaxers.
What about your what is it, the Aria? Is that the strengthening deep? Ooh, is that me or
I think I'm
hearing beeping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it's the Aria. Is that your strengthening deep conditioner? Would you say that would be for relaxed hair? I would just think because of the chemicals, like adding that protein back in, even though that is a really thick product. Would you recommend that?
You can add, because it's a deep conditioner, so you're gonna wash it out anyway. But it's a really light protein, so it's not going to immediately change your hair. But it's it's really light, so it's not going to really harm your hair. You know what I mean?
Does that mean you could use that like weekly? Like, is it light enough for that?
Yeah, it is. It is because there's no like hydrolyzed protein. There's no actual. The protein is coming from the henna. The protein is coming from the plant.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
So it's really mild, you know. So it's all natural proteins.
Oh, okay. And because I know I mentioned this that the Brahmi was more moisturizing than the Abundancia. Is that the other one?
Yes.
Than your moisturizing conditioner. So that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So
but in terms of your leave-ins, you have 3. Like there's a Radiant, the Rame, and the something else.
Remedy.
Is one of those light? The Remedy, yeah, the Remedy.
The Radiant is light. The Remedy is light as well because just the texture is light, but there's heavier oils in it. You know, so it's the JB, you know, the black castor oil. That's a heavy oil. So there's really heavy in there. So Radiant, I would say for sure for relaxed girls. You can, you know, play with a little bit. Yeah, I would water it down a little bit if you want to try the Remedy and the Radiant, but Radiant for sure.
Okay, because Radiant's the one that I use, but I have pretty thick strands. But I mean, like they work for me. So
yeah, because it absorbs so fast. You know, I use the Radiant myself too.
Okay, all right. So you mentioned though that you had a relaxer. You started getting relaxers at 11. How long? When did you transition to natural, and how did you do that? Did you big chop or did you transition, or what did you do?
I transitioned. I had, you know, I didn't get a perm when I was pregnant, so that was around 4 or 5 years.
Is that started your transition? Is that why you did it?
It was it was a complete accident because it was just between being pregnant and want to get, you know, put chemicals in the head, and then, you know, having the baby and just being so overwhelmed, didn't have to really have time to get your hair done. So just kind of like, okay, we're just gonna gradually do this, and that's just how it went. You know, just cutting off a little bit of the relaxed ends. Yeah. You know, each wash day, and that's it. Yeah, I didn't have any.
Sorry, no, go on. And having what?
I didn't have like a big ceremony, like about the big chop. I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough strength in me. So
No,
I
get
just,
that. I get that.
yeah, it was rough. But
Yeah. So you said that you were recently natural then. So how long did you transition for? Or you didn't say that? I thought you might have said that earlier.
I'm not I wouldn't say I've been fully natural for maybe 2.5 years, 3
Okay,
years.
that's a good amount of time.
Yeah. So yeah, this is, and honestly, the transition hair was a lot more difficult to take care of than my natural hair because that, yeah, exactly.
I transitioned for 11 months. I was done.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard. So yeah, I think that was more difficult than actually dealing with the natural hair. And it was really fun, seeing my new curl pattern and seeing what was going to happen here and there. So I definitely enjoyed that period, but actually doing my hair was really tough for me.
I actually don't, okay, it's hard to say this, but I actually don't find natural hair to be difficult. Okay, versus relaxed hair, yes, it's difficult, but I think about transitioning hair, and I'm like, natural hair is just like, it is.
Exactly.
I think washing my hair when I was transitioning was one of the most annoying things because no matter what I did, I was pulling out all of my hair. So,
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Does that mean that that's when you started building your products then? Creating your products when you got pregnant?
No, because when I was relaxed, I used to do a lot of tea rinses. So I used to do a lot of, because I used to get really bad shedding at points. So I used to do a lot of the black tea rinses and just researching different kinds of teas and all these different kinds of, remedies, problems I was having. And that's kind of how I got into it. But the more I needed those nutrients because the hair, like in between that what is it called? The demarcation?
The line of demarcation. Yeah.
Yes, that. I needed that right there. So that's how I started, really putting in the work to try to get those nutrients in my hair.
So is it just a happy accident that you came up with the Beau Peep Luxuries collection then?
I wouldn't say it was a happy accident. It was actually going for it and selling the products.
Yeah.
That was something that I had to take that leap, but I was always making my own stuff. It was always
okay.
Yeah. So doing the body butters, it was definitely body first. But then it was slowly, okay, since I put the tea in my hair, let's see if I mix with a little bit of this and that. It was really like, let's mix it all together because I really enjoy like putting things together and seeing what it comes out with. So
you have a lot of products though. I mean, so I assume you weren't making all of those products just for yourself. So those started after you started selling your products? Okay.
Yeah, because I know it seems like a lot of people have more high porosity hair. Like
people say that, but I never actually see people with high porosity hair.
I feel like with my look, I always find everybody who has high porosity hair, I guess. Yeah. So that's why I started making people, more products that have heavier oils because I do like working with them. I really do. I just can't put it in my hair,
Well,
yeah.
So how do you test them?
My son has high porosity hair. My son has high porosity hair.
He's one of those unicorns that are apparently everywhere.
Yeah, he has. His hair absorbs everything so perfectly. Yeah. And if I put it in my hair and it's not working, I know it's for sure it's going to be high porosity. So but he's I definitely use a lot of stuff on him.
So what was your background then? Because I know that you're all your products are like purely Ayurvedic at this point. You were trying to find like chemical-free options when you started, when you started formulating these products. How did you turn to Ayurveda? Did you know about them before you started making these products, or how did that happen? Because there's very few Ayurvedic brands right now. I mean, like if you search, I'm sure you can find a handful of them, but it's not the norm. So like, why do you think that is, and how did you get into it?
Well, my background, go all the way back, is definitely fitness. So personal training and nutrition, meal planning, all that stuff. And being a personal trainer and, recommending different foods and different supplements, that's kind of what led me to Ayurvedic. It was that was definitely because I'm looking up, maca, creatine, conjugated. Like I'm looking at all these, supplements that people use to work out. And it's like, so I kind of fell into that. And that's how I became, researching a lot of it. But that being able to include that in a lot of my body butters, and that really helped me into introducing it into my hair, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
It does.
Yeah. And you're right, there's not a lot of brands that do what I do, but I'm seing a lot more, which I'm not, technically that's competition, but I'm really glad that it's happening because I think we need a lot more of that,
I get that bittersweet. I was Sorry, I just see that, Julie, you're mentioning that you have high porosity hair. I did not know that, and welcome. That's interesting. I don't know why it's interesting to me. I think I'm just always really confused when I see people that have high porosity hair. And just curious though, did you determine that by doing that water test? Because I think the water test is the thing that gets me. I don't see anyone's hair sinking to the bottom, so that's why I'm just like, this doesn't exist. But I'm curious to know if you actually ever tried the water test, or if it's just because of the way the products work in your hair.
I tried the water test like years ago, and I tried it again, and but how my hair absorbs things. I can stick my head in water, and it's no, you know what I mean? It just doesn't want to deal with water, so I have to like really, rub it in. So that's how I know my hair is low porosity, because it just can't absorb. It just won't absorb, So
okay,
that's the best way.
So because I look at my hair as it's under the water pretty much every single week on camera, I find actually that my hair is becoming, maybe it's moving more from low to normal, but but droplets don't hang out on my hair as much as they used to. They mostly just sit there. But I can't imagine. I think it's also, I have it in my head that high porosity hair must have had some kind of damage done to it, because I know that like relaxed hair is high porosity because like the chemicals just like strip the cuticles open. But I guess it doesn't have to be for that reason. Because Missy, Julie, I'm assuming that you do not have damaged hair, and that's why your hair is high porosity. So I just want to clarify that. That's not what I'm saying. But I was under that impression. Hey Empress, yes, for the side bang ponytail greatness. Oh, I love. Yeah, we were just talking about that before. She had unfortunately had a failed wash and go using Eco Slay, but she did save it with this style, because you can always get away with putting something into a high bun and leaving out some curls. No, I know your hair is not damaged. No, I'm just saying, I've never heard about anyone. I guess I know there's a couple of YouTubers out there that with high porosity hair, it's not from damage, but Hey Mel Soul, thank you for joining. You only had one perm once in 2002.
Wow.
I respect that.
Good for you, because I've had so many.
I mean, like I got them every 8 weeks from the time, we were actually trying to figure out when we started getting relaxers, but I would say it was probably in 4th or 5th grade. So what is that, like 10 or so? Yeah. And I got them every 8 weeks from the age of 10 until the age of 30. So like, that's a lot of money spent, a lot of relaxers. So like, I didn't even understand. It was funny because when
it was a schedule. You get your hair done every 8 weeks,
And it was one of those things where like, you feel like, in those movies where you see someone's turning into a werewolf, like the clock is about to strike midnight and they start transforming. It was kind of like how I felt when my roots were starting to show. Yeah, exactly, because it made me feel uncomfortable. Like I felt like I was becoming something else, and I had to go and get my hair, relaxed. But then you do that, and it ends up being like 7 hours in a hair salon every 8 weeks. You just kind of have to disappear for an entire day with your entire family while they get their hair relaxed.
Exactly. It's a lot of time I spend under that dryer. A lot.
I don't miss that. And I know I would say that like wash days, obviously, like for me, it's it goes from Friday until Sunday, but at least I'm home. It's one thing to be in a salon for like 8 hours where you're tied to just like a chair and then another chair and then a third chair, because you got to wait. You got to go under the dryer and you got to go into the salon.
Yeah,
so you're just
exactly.
But you're not home. So I'm like, it's not. Also, I've actually only really been natural in quarantine. So for me, it's very different. My struggle is going to be when I go back out into the world, because I don't know how to condense my wash day into one day. Unless like Nick, I guess, takes both of the kids for 24 hours and just lets me do my thing. Yeah, juggling that is.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it like 9 to 5, and then 5 days a week, and then they have a whole day dedicated to washing. Like that's exhausting. It really is. Like, to really take care of your hair the way it deserves to be taken care of. It's a lot. Dedicate a whole 24 hours to it.
Yeah, because right now, so I guess, again, I've only done this. Oh, I guess, okay. I used to always work from home on Fridays, but now because I'm in quarantine, like I guess during the beginning of the quarantine, in the middle of it, I changed my wash days to Thursday because I was tired of not having my hair for Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So now my process is around 4 o'clock. If I can steal away from my computer for 20 minutes, because my Prepoo is really quick. I use your Manifest oil and just like whatever detangler I can find now. It takes me about 20 minutes to Prepoo my hair now. So I go do that. I look the way I do in all my videos for the last 40 minutes of work or so, and then I just sprint downstairs, do my workout, blah blah blah. But I finish deep conditioning my hair around 6 o'clock, and I take back my kids. I have dinner, and I usually I end up going to rinse out my deep conditioner around like 10 or 11, and then I style for like 2 hours. I sit under the dryer for 30 or 40 minutes. It doesn't dry my hair at all. So all Saturday, I can just leave my hair the way it is because I don't have time to go into the dryer. It dries by Sunday afternoon, and that's how I take it out. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this once I am back in the world, because one of these days, like, maybe in a year or 2 or 3, when I'm able to go back to a restaurant, I might like to go to a restaurant on a Saturday. I'm not going in my slap cap. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Woof. Yeah, you got to figure out.
We do have a couple of questions here. So Superstar Bella, you're asking, do you offer a Prepoo in your product line? I'll hand this over to you, but just before I do that, I do use her. I have it here with me. Okay. I have like 3 of them right now. I use her Manifest oil for low porosity hair. I put this on my scalp, and then I put
I think that must be Awakening. I think that's the shampoo. Is that the shampoo?
This is the Awakening. You're right.
That name looks so familiar.
Good eye. This is the Manifest oil. Here we go. Yes, it looks pretty much the same, but it's different ingredients, obviously. Yeah. So anyway, I use this as my Prepoo every single week. But don't use too much of it. One of the problems I've been having, although this is probably just my routine, I always have it running down my face, and it was causing me like acne. Like I was getting pimples from because you're not supposed to leave oil on your face. So use less than I do. But I put this on, and then I just use any detangler. But I will hand it over to you. I don't think you have a Prepoo specifically, but you have this oil, but I'll let you put it.
Yeah, no, I don't have an official Prepoo, but I do have the leave-in conditioners. All can be used as Prepoo depending what your goal is. The Radiant is really good for softening your hair. The Remedy is really good for strengthening your hair, and so is the Raid. You can use, any of them interchangeably, really, for a Prepoo. I don't have anything specific yet, but might be coming soon. But any of the leave-ins can be used as a Prepoo.
And that would just be used for detangler. I guess another question here is, people Prepoo for different reasons. So Superstar Bella, what do you look for in a Prepoo? Are you looking to detangle? Are you looking to do a hot oil? Like, what is your use for one? And while you are answering that, Empress, you had a question. Did you miss her sharing her favorites? So what I had asked her, and maybe you came in at this point, I was asking her about what products she would recommend for people with relaxed hair. And I was asking that because I guess I had asked you that on the Instagram a while back, but one of my subscribers asked me earlier about another product line, if they would be fine on fine hair, or if they were too moisturizing. So I guess it would be the same kind of thing. Like if you have like fine, like type 2C hair or something, would you treat that the same way that you would treat relaxed hair, do you think? Like any of the lighter products, or do you think, is it different?
Yeah, I would. And the manner where I put it in, like how I put it in, like that's really important too. Like that's one thing I always want to make clear. Like the product you use is very important, but also the way you put it in your hair, that has to be. Some people do better with smoothing or just, parting, and you just have to apply things a certain way when you have certain textures. So for sure, I would definitely use the lighter products. I would treat it the same way as relaxed hair.
Okay. I've never heard of that putting it in a different way. You mean like using like praying hands versus like something else? What do you mean by that? Like shingling or?
Yeah, shingling. Yeah, because you got to put things in a certain way, because sometimes you throw things on and just go about your day. It's not going to really absorb, Like I have to work with it. I have to like debate with my hair, like talk to it, like, okay, we're going to put this in, like really like warm it up. So, some people have to do it like that,
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Because I know this with a bunch of products. They don't start working until I add moisture. And I know, for instance, because I remember this was a product that I read your instructions on your website, and I was like, I have to read this 5 more times because I don't understand. It's kind of like this is kind of like a wash and go to me. It's just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I'm sure it made sense just to me. It was just like when things are not like, for my normal routine, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
It was anyway, the Supreme. In that little,
it was. So with the Supreme, and I'm still not even sure I did it properly, even though the results from it were amazing. Can you explain that method? I don't remember what you have some name for it, but the Supreme is a conditioner, by the way.
Yeah, the Supreme conditioner. Yeah, so we're fusing the product. So we're putting a little bit of the conditioner on our hair, and then we're splashing a little bit of water, then massaging it in. And then depending on how your hair looks, you can throw more water on it and massage it a little bit more in, or put more conditioner. Just keep going back and forth with that water and keep like massaging it in. And you will see more color definition. It will go in a little, depending how much patience you have too, because it is a lot. Sometimes I don't even use it. It's just, okay, let's just get this in and like get it out. But that using that method, it really moisturizes the hair, and you definitely want to get enough of those nutrients while you're washing your hair, because when you take it out, when it starts drying, that's when, it turns to a lot of more tangles. So you do that, it really softens your hair and makes it like really
That
nice.
makes more sense because I just kept dipping my head under the faucet, trying really hard not to rinse it out. I was like, I don't understand what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's why I say using the hand, and that makes it easier to not rinse out all the way. But you can do it that way too. Just quick dip in and dip out.
Yeah, I distinctly remember because the Abundancia, I think that was the time that I used the Supreme the first time. It was really moisturizing, but I remember that as soon as I applied the Supreme, it was just like a next level. It was a complete that. And after I rinsed that one out specifically, so I do remember that was incredibly hydrating.
That's why I always suggest that people use the Supreme last instead of shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner. The Supreme, and using that method, you can try it with the deep conditioner too, but for some reason the Supreme really works well with that. So
can you do the Supreme with that? I mean, would you recommend using the Supreme and not a deep conditioner? You think it can stand on its own, or would you recommend the whole process?
Yeah, I think it could, depending on what you're.
If you're in a rush, or you would. I mean, would you say like if you're in a rush versus just like.
As part of the routine. If you're in a rush, don't expect, you're not drop dead gorgeous. That's not going to work. But just for like a quick, we got to go in and out. It will work, and it will detangle your hair.
Okay, but I guess to Empress's question, do you have favorites from your line?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Do you have favorites from your line?
Yes, I'm low porosity, so the Awakening works for me. The Radiant for sure, and I would say the deep conditioner, I go between an Ari and henna depending if I need more moisture or more protein. Like I said, it's really light, so it's good enough to, make my hair a little bit, stronger, but nothing crazy. And the low porosity oil, like for sure. Like that definitely just, before it had a name, before it was a manifest oil, before it was anything, that really helped me boost my hair growth. It kind of died down because I'm not as religiously doing it with my scalp massage and everything, but for sure that definitely set me to a different level of hair growth. So for sure.
It's funny. So you mentioned the Awakening being your favorite, and I just want to mention this because I know that Melsol, I know that you mentioned this as well, or maybe you gave the same feedback, but I know that when I used the Awakening, it did that little like barrier thing on the scalp. Were you surprised to hear that feedback, or is that something that happens to you as well? There was just something different about using that particular shampoo that I'd never experienced before. And the second time I used it, I guess I used it. Yeah, I've used it once since then, and I had the same exact effect. What is that? Like, is it a strengthening thing?
I wouldn't say it's nutrition. Like you're getting nourishment. It's not so much strengthening. I don't want to say it's strengthening because you're gonna, that's the one that managing it.
Really mean. Strengthen your scalp. Yeah.
Exactly. But that was a little odd. I didn't know what you meant by that. But no, I've gotten so used to using these products. I don't have any dandruff. I don't have any scalp issues. I didn't really have scalp issues before, but I definitely don't have any. And the Awakening, for me, I love the curl definition that comes with it. Like I get a lot of definition when I use the Awakening. But a lot of the herbs, because when you're going into your scalp, you're really pushing those herbs into your hair. So I think into your scalp, So I think that has to do with, the feeling that you were getting, the Awakening.
And it's possible because I'd never used a product like that before. And just on that though, you could only use that like once every how many weeks would you suggest?
I would say once. I wouldn't use it every wash week. So depending on how often you wash your hair. So I would say once every 10 to 14 days. I wouldn't go too crazy with it.
Okay. I thought it was like a once a month, once every 6 days. So it's not that strong.
No, it's not as strong. It's just it depends because there's Castile soap in it, which can be really drying for some people. I made sure the formulation doesn't because when people started using the Castile soap by itself, it was really drying for their hair. So I made sure that
all drying for me.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I would say just see how your hair reacts to it. If you use a lot of products in your hair, you could definitely use it more often, because it sucks up a lot of stuff. But if you're just doing protective styles, then I would definitely ease up on it a little bit.
Okay. All right. So just catch up on these comments over here. So hey, Moments, thank you for joining. Nice to see you, talk to you, or see you there. I guess Embers, you've told me to get that Pibs for a while. I will do that if you think it's going to cut down on my drying time. It's just I feel my dryer is pretty good. It just takes a long time. But I guess that's the point. You love the Radiant. Yes, the Radiant is another thing though with the Radiant. So again, I'm thinking back from when I used these products such a long time ago, which I wish I could use them all the time, but obviously I had to move on. But when I was applying the Radiant, I wasn't feeling too much and I didn't get a lot of slip from it. But when I went back to it like 20 minutes later or so, because I had to like fix a twist, I was like, what is this? Like my hair has never felt like this before. So I guess, is it normal that that product needs some time to, I guess, like, what is it? What can you explain that?
You know, I don't use anything like, I don't have any silicone in my products. So that magic that you feel like when you use certain products, that has a lot to do with a lot of like different ingredients that are more man-made. Let's put it that way. You know, so the radiant, it does work, but it's kind of like, I would say, like taking medicine. Sometimes it won't hit you immediately, but you go back to it, you'll feel better. You know, so it's once again, all my products are nourishing, like they owe nourishment. That was my idea when I came up with it. So it will make your hair soft. Like my hair is not ideal right now, but my hair is still soft just from using it, you know, from, you know, earlier this week, you know, so it will make your hair soft. And in turn, it will, you know, help you detangle. And like you said, for a protective style, it'll work great. I wouldn't suggest doing a wash and go behind it because it's, you know, there's no telling. But for sure, for a protective style, it'll definitely get like that really softness that you're feeling. Great to use after like a really hard protein, like treatment. Like you do a hard protein, like that's definitely something you want to put in your hair to soften it up.
Okay, sounds good. So then you make it for detangling also. So okay, sorry. So Superstar, you were answering my question from earlier when I asked you what you pre-pooed for, and so you do it for detangling. Okay. I guess Melsol, since you have used the radiant before, did you find it to be detangling? Because I mean, I specifically didn't, but everyone's hair is differently. I mean, it worked fabulously well for me when I was done, but I did not find it to be very detangling. But in terms of like a pre-poo, even if you just normally detangle, I do recommend this Manifest oil. I think it's fantastic. And hello, mommy. That's Angela Lynch Claire. That's my. You're asking how I actually just turned my mom onto your products. So she's an accidental transitioner. I don't know if she's going to continue once we get out of quarantine, but she hasn't had a relaxer since, I guess, I don't know when her last one would have been before March. So it's approaching a year at this point. So she is transitioning. She has a very different texture, but I guess she blow dries her hair every week. So she has a completely different journey than I did because I don't actually see her curl pattern.
Okay.
But she was in the market for some new products. So I got for her, I guess, the same stuff that I have. I got her the Black Rose, the Radiant, and I don't think I got you the Supreme. But whatever it was, you're asking how long you asked that because I leave it in for like 5 hours. So why don't you tell her?
What was the question? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
How long do you leave in the deep conditioner?
Okay.
Like the Aria or the Abundancia? I got her the Abundancia.
I would say just in your normal time, 25 to 30 minutes. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's whatever makes you comfortable. Go ahead.
From what I've heard, you don't get any additional benefits after the 30-minute mark. Like it doesn't continue to do anything. It's not going to harm you from my experience. Because again, I leave it on forever. But it's not going to do anything extra. So yeah, the recommended minimum time would be 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I said I read that article before. I don't know how true it is. Some people leave it, like you said, you leave it in for 5 hours. It could be, I don't know. But, that would definitely just go with the 25, 30 minutes.
And I would say also probably at least 20, 30 minutes with heat.
Yes.
Because the heat really helps it. That's the game changer. That's the game changer. Yeah. I would even prefer to leave something in for 45 minutes with heat versus leaving it in for 4 hours with no heat.
Exactly. Yeah. Or even do the little steam. I have a steamer and, I just, rub the deep conditioner in my hair, as the steamer is going. If I really don't have time to really sit under something. So, any kind of heat is great with my products.
So Shoalness, welcome. Amazing products. My favorites are the cashmere butter, excellent for stretch marks. Noticeable difference with consistent usage. So the cashmere, so I guess I know you mentioned earlier, so you have both body products and hair products. I never used any of your body care products before. Which one did you start with? And you said some of them can be used in like both, right? Like where did you first start? Like when you first launched, like were you targeting hair or were you looking more for like body care?
I was definitely both. I didn't have preferred one or the other. But the body butter is something that I personally started making. That was like the first thing I made, like at first DIY, because it was like I was poor. I can't afford to be buying these body butters. I need to just buy the ingredients and make it myself. So that's how I started with that, and graduated into this.
Yeah, one of the things I actually have been trying to find body care for the longest time. I don't want to say I don't care about it as much. But I mean, I don't really have time to look into things outside of hair these days. So I actually forgot that you made body products. I'm gonna try those out because it's been harder to find body products with reasonable ingredients in them versus like hair. I find it so much easier, but it's probably because I'm more, in that like niche that I can find these things easier. But it's so difficult to find things. And when I find body products that I like, they're always just like stockpiled with fragrance, and I can't take it.
Yeah, and that's something you can always request that certain items don't have a scent to it. I like putting scents in, especially the butters, because sometimes those butters are really strong, and you're putting it on your body, so you don't want to be smelling, certain things. So if anybody wants anything unscented, like that's always an option. Like just let me know, put it in like little comments, little notes, and I'll do it. But for sure, the body butter, the body butter is great. You should try it. The body butter is, it's body butter. It's definitely nourishing. It will help with stretch marks. I won't say it's going to prevent them or save them, but it will, soothe them. Let's put it that way. I haven't figured that out yet.
A body butter. Do you use that in addition to lotion, or is it a lotion?
Do I use it what? I'm sorry?
Is a body butter used in addition to lotion?
No, I would use body butter by itself because it's so thick, butter.
Okay. Yeah. I know. I don't think I've ever used body butter before.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I use lotion, but yeah. So it is a superstar. Thank you, ladies. This is my first time hearing of these products. Yes, they are amazing. I do have 3 reviews on my channel, but I pretty much have talked about how amazing they were in my hair. If you want to check those out, I haven't tried the products well, but okay. And also, Ashley has offered a 50% discount for this month. So if you do want to check out her products, you can use Uptight 15 for 15% off. So
yeah,
just a little savings.
By the way,
and what?
$5 shipping, which is going to change soon. So by the end of this month, we're going to go back to the normal prices. But $5 shipping is always, just throwing it out there.
Yeah. So Empress, you'd love to hear more about the skincare products as well. And these would have a recommendation for dry skin. So
the cashmere is great. The body butter, I would the body butter, but the body scrub, I would definitely say the lemon drop, I think is really good because it's brightening. If you have dry skin, sometimes you can get a little flaky, look a little dull. So definitely the lemon drop is really good. The Deity, it's the body oil, but it's a dry oil. So, it's not just, sometimes you put body oil on and you just gotta have to walk around until it dries, but the Deity is really light and it has turmeric in it. It has, a acerola cherry. So a lot of vitamin C's in it as well. Everything that I make is infused with some kind of, herb. So even the body butter has all the stuff, the papaya leaf, the grapefruit peel, lemon peel. So a lot of stuff that has, vitamins in it. That's also, it'll make your skin soft, but it'll also, help with whatever kind of ailments you're having. So yeah, check out the body stuff. It's really good.
So just, I guess outside of the hair, just to get a little bit more insight into you. So you mentioned that you have a 4-year-old son. And I know that, so how was 2020 with you? Because I know that school, I don't know if your son is in school right now, but I know that they were closed for the longest time. How are you managing your business while taking care of him last year? And I guess how's 2021 looking for you?
Well, he's always been with me. He's always been my little shadow. Okay. He's never been in school. He's never done any of that. So it was the only thing I would say. So he's never been in school. So that's been really a big difference for him. But not being able to do certain things. That's really been because I wanted to, because he was supposed to go to school. I wanted to go to like Times Square, do like all the touristy stuff before he went back to school. And absolutely not. Can't do it now. So I mean I can, but so I think that was the biggest, letdown for me. I'm just glad he's so young that he won't remember any of this. He won't remember the lockdown. So that's something that I'm, really happy.
I have been wondering of that recently. I feel like they're pretty cognizant at this age, but I don't know.
Yeah, I try to make
it's such a big impact.
Yeah, I try to make it like he has to wear a mask, and so I'm trying to make it fun. So we got the little Spider-Man, Mickey Mouse. So we try to make so he doesn't know that there's a deadly virus going around, but I'm trying to make things have a really good birthday, have a really great Christmas. Everything is still kind of normal, minus us being able to go to all these different places.
Yeah, my struggle is like I guess Layla, we went into quarantine with her when she was 6 months old, and she's now 17 months old. So it's just for her, it's just kind of like when you get a new puppy, you're supposed to introduce them to like 100 people, like the first weekend or something, so they can get to know people. It's just gonna be kind of like I feel like my son used to, like Aiden, he goes over to my parents' house, very often to have dinner with them and just like for a change of scenery. But Layla, like she goes for a walk around the block once in a while, but like she hasn't been anywhere. I guess she went to go visit like my parents-in-law, but I mean she hasn't been anywhere in a year. I don't know when she's going outside the house.
Disney World, I want to go to. Where there's a mall in Jersey now. They have like a little Nickelodeon land. So there's like SpongeBob and all like Paw Patrol, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that I can't do anymore, and I'm too scared. I mean, technically I can now, but I'm just terrified of doing it. So here we are.
No, I get that.
Yeah. And running the business with him is, it's tough, but we get it done, so he'll see me making something and he has like a little kitchen set and table. So we have to have something. So it's something that we do together, but we don't do it together. You know what I mean? So
I know what you mean. So is it just you? Like how many people are in your company? Are you making everything at home? Like how is that working right now? I'm
making everything at home. It's just me. I have, my mother helps me a lot. She, takes the stuff, drops off the packages, and she'll help, with stuff and like that. But for me, I'm hands-on. I'm making this. I'm creating this stuff. I'm doing everything. I'm doing that kind of stuff. So that's me.
No, that's fantastic. And your turnaround pretty quick. I mean, I know there were delays, I guess, a couple of months ago. But every time I've ordered from you, it's really quick. So
yeah, and because you're in New York too, and I'm in Jersey, so that helps out a lot. I love getting
next day.
Yeah, exactly. But oh my God, Black Friday, that was the most nerve-wracking time because it was crazy. It was absolutely insane, and customer service is something that's so important to me. And that's another reason why I started Beau Peep, because I've had so many bad experiences with customer service, more specifically like Black-owned businesses that, it's really kind of like, oh, that sucks, so I never wanted to be that. So I always try to keep everybody, aware of everything that's going on and stuff like that. And I was getting a lot of emails, it's just like, I'm so sorry.
Angry emails about your,
It's like, I'm trying, so.
Because they're excited to try your products. So think of it that way.
I wasn't taking it personal, but it was just like, oh my God,
So we have a question for you here. So can you ask, is she no longer, so are you still shipping internationally? You need to up the scalp potion, but notice there is no longer an option for shipping to Canada.
Maybe I had no idea. Maybe because when I switched it to the $5 shipping, maybe it took off the international shipping. I apologize. I had no idea that was even happening. But yeah, I absolutely ship to Canada. I've shipped to London. I was like, I'm an international businesswoman now, so I had no problem doing that at all. So yeah, no, I'll fix it tonight. I'm so sorry about that. I had no idea.
And do you prefer orders on your Etsy or the Shopify? Do you have a website?
Either or. I'm not gonna be picky, but either or is great. But for sure, the Etsy, because you can leave reviews, and those reviews are there. Like Etsy, you can't delete a review, you can't edit it. You can respond, but there's no hiding. So whatever, good or bad, is up there.
Good to hear. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I really want to get up there. As far as that, so if you want to order from Etsy, go ahead and leave a review. That's the only reason why I'm going to direct you to Etsy. But if not, go to my Shopify.
And just to help her out, I guess if you have used her products, it would be great to go on and give some reviews and boost her Etsy a bit. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. I guess we've pretty much covered all of the questions that I have here. So I guess one other thing we didn't talk about, and just like to get to know you a little bit better, do you have any hobby outside of natural hair? Like what do you do for fun?
This is my fun.
No, I get that. It's time consuming.
Yes. And I love, if somebody would told me like 5-6 years ago, like you're going to be spending your downtime reading medical journals, you're going to spend your downtime researching, I would have called you a liar. You know what I mean? That's not possible, So I really do love learning about, different kinds of herbs and different kinds of, and I have to look at these trials, I have to look at these studies, I have to figure out what goes with which one would cancel the other one out. Like if you use like amla, I use amla in a lot of stuff. If I use amla in the beard oil, their hair won't grow because it blocks testosterone. That's something that amla does. They block testosterone. Testosterone grows beards. So I wasn't doing that research. I would never found that out. I would just do it in there because it's a hair growth aid and thinking, you know what I mean? So there's certain things that I have to stay on top of. And I love finding out about different, kinds of, herbs from, India, China, Japan, there's a lot of, stuff out there that we don't know, us as Americans,
Yep. And I absolutely love that because, as you know, I've been doing my own ingredients research again since probably September or so. There is so much out there to learn. So even when I was doing that video where I was reviewing your product and the classy hair products, learning about all these things that these different things do, and also like every Ayurvedic herb, like the amla, like I know amla, it also cleanses your scalp. I was actually very surprised to hear that. But like all of these like obscure things like onion skins, they all do like 30 things. Oh, it looks like we lost her. Can you let me know in the chat? It looks like she just cut out. Can everyone else still see her? I'm wondering if that's on my end. Someone can let me know if you can still see both of us. Right now, I am just seeing myself here. All right, it's possible that my screen is frozen. I hope that's not the case. Hold on. Okay, I just removed her from the screen. I'm gonna add her back. Okay. I'm not seeing anything in the chat, and Ashley has disappeared from my screen. Oh, okay, you only see me. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Let's give it she got cut off. Let's give it another couple minutes for her to get back on, and if she doesn't, then we will just end it here. Okay, looks like she's coming back. Okay, hold on. I'm adding you back in, Ashley.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, I don't remember what we were saying, but I think I was just.
I'm on my phone now.
You're hopping all over the place. Okay.
Yeah. We're okay now? Okay, we're good.
Yes. Yeah, so I was just saying when I was doing my ingredients research, it was just crazy to find out about all of these crazy things. Not crazy things, but I mean like the onion skins, for instance. Like, who knew that there were so many benefits for your hair in onion skins? And there's so much research to be done because like for me, I'm researching, and I'm sure you are too actually, but I'm researching pretty much all of the ingredients that are in all the products on my shelf.
Yes.
And there are like thousands of them. And I feel like am I exaggerating saying that there are thousands? But I'm not exaggerating. There are just like thousands of ingredients out there. So the fact that you're having to, research to figure out how you formulate, because it's not even just like, what is this product? What does this ingredient do? What does it do in response to this? And like, what does it do? Because I feel like some people, when they do their DIYs at home, they're just saying like, oh, this is really good for scalp health. This is really good for dandruff. Why don't I just put them together in a bottle and then a magic potion? It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So it is great that you have, taken the initiative to actually do that, because I feel like some people are just throwing things in a bottle if they sound good on Google and just, moving forward. Because for me, I'm doing the very superficial research because honestly, I need to get these videos out. I need to know a little bit about a lot of stuff, but you need to know a lot about a lot of stuff. So yes, I completely respect that.
Yeah, and I like doing it. So it's not really a huge thing for me. It's not really stressful, So I truly enjoy learning it. I wish there were more herbs I could learn about. You know what I mean? So I definitely.
Well, I'm sure there are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, for sure.
you tend to. I guess I haven't like looked across all of the ingredients across all of your products. Do you have like favorite ones that you use or that you try to use in all of your products? Like I know you mentioned that you love amla. I think you meant to mention that. Like you use a lot of amla.
Yes.
Sorry, you can still just see me?
I'm sorry?
Julie just said she could only see me. I don't know if that was delayed or not. We should both be in the screen right now. Can everyone else see Ashley? Well, I'm waiting for you to respond. This is the question. What is the name of your Etsy store? It's just Beau Peep Luxuries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, oh yeah, okay, go and leave a review. So that's good. Yeah, I think everyone can see both. But anyway, yeah. So sorry. So I guess the question was, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I guess the question was, what are your favorite Ayurvedic herbs that you try to use across your products? And is it different for your body products? I haven't looked at the ingredients for your body products at all, to be completely honest. Do you use the same in your hair and body products?
No, I use some, but not all of them. I use a lot more. I would say fruit extracts, botanical extracts for my body stuff. Makes sense, yeah. But I would say amla for sure is definitely one of my favorites. I always try to put, it's conditioned. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Brahmi is something I always try to use as well.
Barrage, I feel like I saw that a lot across your products. Yeah.
Yeah, I use that too because it helps darken the hair. So it keeps away a lot of grays, and it just keeps it really, and it gives you a lot of body. I've noticed too. So
that's the Brahmi or the Bringraj? The Bringraj. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know when I was researching for that video, yours and the classy hair, I do remember that there were about 3 or 4 ingredients that help to darken hair and kind of delay graying. I did not know that was a thing, so that was really interesting. But I assume that someone that's already started going gray, you can't reverse that, can you? Or will it just like prolong? Like how does that? Do you know?
I think it probably would slow it down. It's going to slow down. So
okay.
Right here, it's not going to spread over here. You know what I mean?
Okay, but it can't reverse grays. It's not like
no.
Okay.
I can't. I don't want to make promises like that, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could say it, honestly, but I can't. Not yet. Haven't figured it.
Thank you for sharing, Ariel. Good to see us both. So I actually had this question as well, and I forgot to ask it to you. From Sholness, she's curious about the name of your company, and so am I. Why Beau Peep Luxuries? It just came up.
It just sounded cute to me. I had like, okay, I'm going to start a hair care line. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. What are we going to call it? I have no idea. So I wanted something that was pretty. I wanted, so I have like the peach color, the really light pinks, something really soft. So Beau Peep Luxuries.
For anyone who hasn't seen, this is one of her products in case you haven't gotten them yet.
So I wanted something pretty, something that would look nice in your bathroom, if you had it in your bathroom. So Beau Peep, I don't know why it sounded good to me. So that's why. Yeah.
And I'm over here trying to change the name of your company every week, calling you Beau Peep Naturals in pretty much every single one of my videos. I'm so tired of having to correct it.
She's trying to tell me.
I think one of these, but I'm going to stop putting that. I hate adding text in my videos these days because it's just extra work editing. I think next time I do that, I'm just going to leave it. You all know what I mean.
Yeah.
So the question from Emperor: any fruit infused or scented hair products on the horizon? I know you're big into your scents. Any fruit infused scented hair products on the horizon?
Fruit. I do. A lot of my stuff does have like, she means like fruit essential oils. Like what do you? I'm not sure what she means by that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like the products that I have from you smell amazing, but they don't smell like fruit. So I guess I don't know if that's what you mean specifically.
Yeah, I have some, I use a lot of sweet orange essential oils. I use a lot of, like, everything is pretty much for, I would say, fruit or botanical based. I'm not sure. Because when she said it's fruit infused, I'm thinking like, orange peel skins, like soaked in something. And, I can't do that for my hair stuff.
It's orange. So orange peel is not one of those things that's good for your hair. I've never come across it, but.
I wouldn't put orange peel in my hair. I put it on my body because it has a lot of vitamin C. So I use, orange peel, lemon peel, grapefruit peel. But I would be afraid to use it in my hair because it's so lightening. Lemon lightens, so a lot of that stuff.
Oh, for that reason. Because vitamin C, that's an antioxidant, right?
Yes. So
it get back to my vitamins video. Yeah, I think it's an antioxidant. Yeah.
Vitamin C. Yeah, vitamin C is great, but amla has a lot of vitamin C, so you get a lot of vitamin C from that. But yeah, because they lighten, So you see like a lot of the face stuff that has like vitamin C in it, and that's that light.
Right, the brightening serums. Yeah. And lemon, I assume. Lemon also brightens. I feel like when I was a teenager, I used to put lemon juice in my hair and then go sit out in the sun because I was trying to naturally dye. I was trying to naturally. It didn't work. I ended up going and getting it chemically. No, it didn't do anything. It just made my hair smell fun. So I guess if you want to clarify that question about the fruit infused scents, but other than that, if there are no other questions, I think we are going to. Okay, I like the fruit scent, like strawberry, passion fruit, peaches, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So you just a different scent. I mean, yeah, we can try it. Just let me know. I got a lot of stuff in my little cauldron area, as I call it. So we can. You like strawberry? We go for strawberry. But some people don't like strawberry. That was a lot of feedback I got. Like a lot of people didn't like it's too sweet because there's only so much you can use before you get to the Kool-Aid smell. Nobody wants to smell like Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So does that mean that? Do you mean like if she's submitting an order, so she can put in the comments, or like put in? A scent, because that's like a product. You'd have to like figure out the formulation, right?
Yeah. So I can just the essential oils. They're added very last. They're like one of the last things I. So if you're not a fan of, one of the scents, because I want to be as transparent and open as possible. So if there's something, if you love a product but you hate this, the scent, then let's try to work around it. You know what I mean? I'll try to work with you a little bit, you know. So just let me know. Yeah. Just write it in the little notes. We'll see what we can do. I do read those. So
Okay. So there you go. If you have a special request, I assume she's not going to be doing, completely personalized orders.
yeah, I am
Doesn't
not
have the time for that, but
I am not none of that. I can't
but if
do
you
it.
have a simple request,
Yes. But yeah.
worst case,
If you're
you just can't
no.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Remedy smells like citrusy to me. All right. Is there citrus in the remedy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Orange.
Yeah, I haven't used that
Yeah.
product.
Like yeah, it's almost smells like a creamsicle to me almost. You know, it's like, orange and creamy. I don't know.
Yep. All right. I guess if there's okay, here we go. I did a large order previously. Most items were peppermint. Peppermint is great for the summer, but when it's cold, I feel like it makes me feel colder. Well, yeah. I guess it makes it a little menthol feeling.
Yeah.
Do you have products with peppermint in them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I
Okay.
use peppermint and the awakening is peppermint. It should be.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm looking at the manifest oil. It's also in that.
Yeah.
I guess it's because it's relatively low down the ingredient list. I just don't remember smelling peppermint in these.
Yeah.
But I guess okay, yes, it's towards the end of both of them.
Yeah, so I use peppermint leaves in the manifest oil, and I also use the peppermint essential oil because peppermint, if you're using the manifest oil on your scalp, it's really good for stimulating.
Right.
So you get a tingly feeling.
No, you meant more so new products with springy fruit scents. Oh, okay, so you don't mean for her to change an old product to add a fruit scent. You mean like if in her new product offering, if she was considering making something with like a fruity scent going forward for spring and that kind of thing.
Guys want, yeah,
That's an interesting idea.
yeah. I'm open to any suggestions or whatever you guys like. This is still very new, So if you guys like more fruity scents, we can go more fruity. If you guys like more herbal scents, we can go more herbal. Like I'm really open to any suggestions because I'm making these, but you guys are buying them. You know what I mean? So I want to make you guys happy.
All right. Well, there you've got a suggestion from the crowd.
Yes.
You can do a special edition spring, fruit
yes.
berry kind of
yeah,
launch.
Yeah, just in time for summer. That's perfect.
All right, great. And sorry, so you started this company when? Was it 4 years ago or how long? When did you establish Beau Peep Luxuries? Just how long your company's been around?
Been officially been around since end of July, beginning of August 2020. So like I said,
2020. Oh, I don't. Okay. Oh, you had just been making products for a while, but you established Beau Peep Luxuries recently. Then.
Oh yeah, I'm really like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have to make sure yeah, so I had to get everything together. So it was a lot of mistakes, a lot of why am I doing this? But finally got what I really want to get out there. So that
yeah. better to not make mistakes on your customers because then you're angry about that.
Yeah.
So,
my anxiety.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
So
right. Trust me, they've been tried and tested. So if I'm whatever I'm putting out there, it's for you guys. If there's a problem, just let me know. Just I'm not that customer service person. I'm not going to argue with you. Just let me know how I can fix it. So I'm going to put that out there.
And for ways for people to contact you, what are your I guess contact avenues? I guess your Instagram and your email address. What was that?
Beau Peep Luxuries at gmail.com. Beau Peep Luxuries on Instagram. Just anything with Beau Peep Luxuries, that's me. You can reach out to me if I don't respond immediately to email or to DM. I'm going to get back to you. I do see it. I'm still Instagram. That new update really, still confusing me a little bit. But email is pretty much there. It is. So the email is is great as well. But yeah, that's that's Beau Peep Luxuries. That's that's me.
Okay, so, sounds good. I'm really glad that you did this. Yeah, I wanted to meet you pretty much since I started using your products for the first time. So
yeah. So yeah, okay. Thank you so much for doing this. I've been a fan of your channel for a while. I've definitely when you first contacted me and it's like, oh my God, like what I mean? I was really surprised because I knew you. I didn't know you, but
that was shocking to me. It's funny because Empress, she is the one who told me about your products because she's actually the one that got me on this whole like ingredients thing. Because I've always been health conscious. So, I always cared. But I wasn't really thinking about what was in our hair products because it just never occurred to me before. So she was the one who was telling me, like, because I think I was talking about some product and she was like, oh, but it has this in it. And I was like, okay. So she's the one who got it. But then when I found out, like, oh my God, I'm putting all of this stuff in my scalp, that's when I really started. and I was trying to find clean products, and she's the one who told me about your brand. She was like, I've never found a brand that was as clean as this one. We gotta try this out. And then that was when I reached out to you, and when you told me that you were already even following me on YouTube, and I was like, what? I was so flattered, and you were so flattered. So it was just like a nice little mutually beneficial conversation we had over on Instagram.
Yeah, that was amazing. I don't have any words for it, but yeah, I was really, grateful that you even, I never thought I would have to reach out to all these different influencers. So I was so, happy when you reached out to me. So yeah, I'm so glad we finally got to do this.
No, I'm yes. Thank you, Empress. That was for me game changing, because these products are like the first products that I ever used where I was like, oh, okay, products matter. they matter. They get your hair, like they refresh your hair and just like start you from zero, but like an elevated zero. So,
I'm so glad. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions about any of the ingredients, if it's not listed on my website, always just email me or ask me a question, and I'll be happy to let you know. And there's no secrets in any of that. Go on your website. I have some of my products listed up there. That's
all of your products are on my website.
Yes. So so please, don't be afraid to ask questions.
And just to plug myself here, I don't know if anyone here has not been following me and doesn't know about my website. I'm actually in the process of converting it to a different template, because honestly, I actually hate the way that my website looks right now. So, I mean, the functionality is great and everything's great, but I'm overhauling it. But meanwhile, my functionality still works. You can go there and search for products by ingredients you do or do not want in your hair. All of Ashley's products are there, and pretty much every single time I do a search, at least 2 of them show up. So, you can go there and find her products. And again, I do have an offer code right now. It's Uptight 15 if you want to test out her products and get 15% off.
Yes.
Amazing products. My hair is flourishing with Beau Peep Luxuries. I fully believe that. And it's such a pleasure to be able to, it's not a pleasure for me because I can't do it, but I would love to just use your products. But yeah. I'm definitely heading to and follow her on Instagram. She is active on Instagram.
I'm going to be more active on there. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with all the things that be going on Instagram, but I'm going to be more active on there. I promise. That was my New Year's resolution, to be more active.
It is very difficult to post every day, because people are always like, you have to post every single day to be relevant on Instagram. But I've been posting every single day, and I've got like no followers, so I can't really attest to that. But.
Okay, maybe every other.
But get started anyway. It works for me.
I'm gonna be more active. I'm gonna get everything out there. There's so much information, with the Ayurvedic herbs and everything. There's so much of that. So I really want you guys to be able to have access to me and all of my ingredients. So don't be afraid to read.
And I think that's a really great thing that you do, because more people need to learn about the Ayurvedic ingredients, because everyone's still out there buying everything that they can find on the shelves at CVS. They really need to learn that there is more out there.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah, because you pretty much substituted all of the like chemical ingredients. I mean, they're not unsafe. Most of them are not a lot of them are not unsafe, but you've substituted all the chemicals that you don't understand with like herbs and stuff from the earth. So that's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I don't want to keep you long. It is 9:30. We have been on here for an hour now, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you everyone for all of your questions and your comments, and thank you, Ashley, for joining. It was really nice to finally meet you.
Yeah.
And I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you for everyone for joining, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Thanks, Amanda. I'll see you soon.
Of course. All right. Oops. Oh, that's how you highlight comments. All right. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.